Are you constantly telling yourself you're too old, not talented enough, or too busy to learn English? What if these aren't reasons, but just excuses holding you back? Get ready to shatter those limitations and unlock your true English potential. Welcome to English Journey, helping you grow personally while mastering English. I'm Celine, and today we're diving deep into a topic that affects almost every English learner: the excuses that prevent us from reaching our goals. But before we get started, please hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Your support helps us create more content to help you on your English journey. Also, make sure to stay until the end for some key takeaways and a short quiz to test your understanding. Stop making these excuses not to learn English. Learning a new language, especially English, can feel like a monumental task. The journey is often filled with self-doubt, frustration, and a seemingly endless list of reasons why we can't do it. But what if those reasons are just excuses in disguise? What if they're mental roadblocks we create, rather than insurmountable obstacles? Today, we're going to dismantle those excuses one by one and show you that anyone, regardless of age or perceived talent, can learn English and achieve their goals. Excuse number 1. I'm too old to learn a new language. This is one of the most common excuses, and it's simply not true. Many people believe that as they get older, their brain loses its ability to learn new things. But here's the exciting truth: older people retain their neuroplasticity. This means your brain is still capable of forming new pathways and connections, just like when you were younger. Think about it. Are you constantly learning new things in your daily life? Perhaps setting up a new device, figuring out a new app, or learning a new recipe. Every time you learn something new, you are creating new neural pathways in your brain, essentially renewing it. Learning a language is no different. It's an active process of forging new habits in your brain. So, whether you're 20 or 70, your brain is ready and capable of learning English. The idea that some people's brains just won't learn new things is a misconception. If you want to do it and you stick with it, you will learn. Excuse number 2. I don't have a natural talent for languages. Some people are quick to say, "Oh, I'm just not good at languages." This idea of a language talent is another excuse that holds many back. While some individuals might pick up languages seemingly faster, the truth is, becoming good at anything, including English, comes through hard work and consistent practice. No one is born good at everything. You become good at things by putting in the effort. Consider learning a new sport or playing a musical instrument. You don't become a varsity athlete the first time you play, nor do you hit every note perfectly the first time you sing. You practice, make mistakes, and keep trying. The same principle applies to your English studies. You might have to read something a few times before you understand it, or do a grammar exercise multiple times before it clicks. That's perfectly normal and part of the learning process. J.K. Rowling's first Harry Potter book was rejected 12 times before it was published. Michael Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team and lost hundreds of games, but he famously said, "I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that's why I succeed." These successful individuals understood that failures are not meant to define you, but to teach you what to do differently next time. Excuse number 3. I don't have enough time. This is a classic. We all have busy lives, but I don't have enough time often translates to it's not a priority. Think about how much time you spend on social media, watching TV, or other non-essential activities. Even dedicating a small, consistent amount of time each day can lead to significant progress. The key is consistency and perseverance. It's like building new connections in your brain. It requires repetitive exposure to the language. Even something as simple as listening to English news or a podcast for 15 to 20 minutes a day, or reviewing vocabulary while you're waiting for something, can make a difference. The speaker in one of the provided sources mentioned how downloading Farsi news and importing it into LinkU nudged him to do his morning exercises. This shows how small, consistent actions, even those that seem unrelated, can create a positive ripple effect and keep you engaged with your learning. Excuse number 4. It's too hard, and I make too many mistakes. Learning a language is challenging, and you will make mistakes. That's not a sign of failure. It's a sign that you're learning and pushing your boundaries. The speaker in one of the sources emphasizes that what matters most is that you continue exposing yourself to the language and forging new pathways in your brain. It almost doesn't matter what you're able to produce or how many mistakes you make. What truly matters is that you keep going. Imagine the frustration of setting up acoustic panels and sconces, a task that requires patience and hands-on work. This person was not naturally patient with such tasks, but realized the need to complete the project. In doing so, he created a tolerance for frustration. This is a crucial skill for language learning. When you encounter difficulties, embrace them as opportunities to build your tolerance for frustration, which will serve you well in all aspects of life. Excuse number 5. I don't have the resources or support. But I didn't go to the right school, or I don't have enough money are common complaints. While formal education and financial resources can be helpful, they are not prerequisites for success. The internet has democratized learning like never before. There are countless free resources available. YouTube channels like this one. Language exchange apps, online dictionaries, free courses, and articles. Former President Barack Obama spoke about how his single mother, despite not having money for expensive schools, taught him extra lessons at 4:30 in the morning to ensure he kept up with his American education. Michelle Obama's parents didn't go to college and didn't have much money, but they worked hard, and so did she, to attend the best schools. These stories highlight that a lack of traditional advantages doesn't have to dictate your future. You might not have certain advantages, but that's no excuse for neglecting your homework or having a bad attitude in school. There is no excuse for not trying. Your current circumstances don't determine where you'll end up. Excuse number 6. I'm afraid of what others will think. Fear of judgment is a powerful deterrent. We worry about sounding foolish, making mistakes, or not being understood. But remember, asking for help isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength. It shows you have the courage to admit when you don't know something, which then allows you to learn something new. Every successful person has faced failures and setbacks. They didn't let failures define them. They let them teach them. If you get a bad grade, it doesn't mean you're stupid. It means you need to study more. If you struggle with a concept, don't be afraid to ask questions or ask for help. Find a trusted adult, a parent, teacher, coach, or counselor who can help you stay on track. Even when you're discouraged and feel like others have given up on you, never give up on yourself. When you quit on school, you're not just quitting on yourself. You're quitting on your country. The story of America is about people who kept going when things got tough, who tried harder. The path forward, from excuses to action. So, how do we move from making excuses to taking action? It all comes down to a few key principles. 1. Ownership and responsibility. Your life is exactly what you wanted it to be because you've made choices every day. You are responsible for every single choice. Take ownership of where you are and why you're there. 2. Discipline and consistency. It's not always easy, but there's a certain discipline in doing your daily tasks. Sometimes you won't feel like doing it, but you need to find something that nudges you forward. This could be setting a small, achievable goal, or even investing in a resource that compels you to use it, like the hand drill for mounting acoustic panels. 3. Get tired of your excuses. Some of you need to get tired. Tired of your habits, tired of the actions you're putting in every day. You have to change, or nothing changes. Wake up and stop making excuses. Stop playing the blame game. Look at yourself in the mirror and ask, what are you doing? Wake up, it's show time. 4. Work harder than anyone when no one's there. Success isn't handed to you. This world won't give you what you deserve. It will give you what you work for. Wake up earlier, stay later, stay humble, and work harder than anyone when no one is watching. This dedication will make people label you as build different because they feel bad about themselves. 5. Embrace the grind. Winning isn't loyal to you. It doesn't care how sore you are, how much sleep you get, or even how hard you work at times. Winning requires all of you and then more, and it promises you nothing. It creates fear and doubt, causes setback after setback. The question isn't about winning. It's about being willing to sprint when the distance is unknown. Why chase winning? Because the only thing guaranteed in life if you don't chase it is losing. Now is the time to grind. Now is the time to show the world that you were placed here for a purpose. Work for it. Fight for it. It begins today, it continues tomorrow, and it never dies. Recap takeaways. Let's quickly recap the main points we've covered. Age is not a barrier. Your brain retains neuroplasticity, allowing you to form new connections at any age. Talent is developed. Success in language learning comes from hard work and consistent effort, not innate talent. Time management is key. Even small, consistent efforts add up. Find ways to integrate English into your daily routine. Mistakes are learning opportunities. Embrace frustration and errors as part of the process. What truly matters is continuing to expose yourself to the language. Resources are abundant. Leverage free online resources and seek support from trusted individuals. Overcome fear. Asking for help is a sign of strength, and setbacks are lessons, not definitions of who you are. Take ownership and be disciplined. Your progress depends on your choices and consistent effort. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to English Journey for more motivational and educational content. Quiz time. To reinforce what you've learned, here are a few quick questions. Answer them in the comments below. Question 1. According to the video, what is the scientific reason why older people can still learn new things, including languages? Question 2. What did J.K. Rowling and Michael Jordan have in common regarding their journey to success? Question 3. What is one practical way you can nudge yourself forward in your English learning, even when you don't feel like it? Question 4. Why is asking for help considered a sign of strength, not weakness, in the context of learning? Question 5. What is the ultimate consequence of not chasing winning or putting in the work, according to one of the speakers? Thank you so much for joining me today on English Journey. Remember, your English learning journey is a marathon, not a sprint. Consistency, perseverance, and a belief in your own ability to learn are your most powerful tools. Don't let excuses define your destiny. You write your own future. Keep going, keep learning, and keep growing. Bye for now.